Hello, today I want to talk a little bit with you about fiat currency and the Federal Reserve. This week there's a short article by the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel about the Federal Reserve and the call for transparency. And while I can agree with most of what is written in the article, let me read you just the last portion just so I can make a point here about what news publications and most of the population know and what, embarrassingly enough, they do not know. The court got it right. In the middle of the financial crisis, aka Lehman Brothers meltdown, a delay of a few days or even weeks might have been warranted, but a delay of up to 2 years is ridiculously excessive and gives Fed critics who already believe the central bank is too secretive more ammunition to make their case. Congress should act soon to ensure that the Fed, just as other public agencies are required to do, disclose its business in a timely manner. It actually says, as other public agencies. The Fed is not a public agency. It is a private corporation run in secret by shareholders who are not listed. The Fed has never been audited. Now right here we have a whole list of fiat currencies. Starting with the Thai baht. There's 20 Thai baht. Wujiao, which is most similar to 5 cents United States. It's used to pay what change also pays. They have paper and they have coins to pay their cents with, or yuan. There's another 5 note Wujiao, 10 yuan or renminbi. Of course, the $2 bill with Jefferson on it. And interestingly enough about this $2 note is I got this $2 note at the Bank of China outside of Shanghai. Who would have figured that they would have this in there? It is dated 1976. I'm not sure how long they had this in their vault, but judging by the reaction that they gave me when I asked them to give me the note, it seems like it was there for quite a long time. Here's 1,000 won from South Korea. Similar in appearance to the RMB as far as the security seal there. Of course, the US $20 note, 5 with Lincoln. Hong Kong. A bank can only issue a Hong Kong dollar if it has the equivalent exchange in US dollars on deposit, okay? Something backing it. The currency board system ensures that Hong Kong's entire money base is backed with US dollars at a linked exchange rate. The resources for this backing are kept in Hong Kong's exchange fund, which is among the largest official reserves in the world. Hong Kong also has huge deposits of US dollars. 2008 estimate is over 700 billion. So this fiat system is a little bit different than this fiat system or this. It's still a fractional reserve system, but what's interesting is that it's backing its fiat money by another fiat money. This backing this. And that way each bank, Bank of China, HSBC, and others can print their own money only in Hong Kong. Previously in the United States, private banks could print their own money and the states actually had their own currency. Now that was all taken away more than a century ago when these banks had problems with their books and the states actually had budget crises like they do now. So it sounds very similar. I'm not saying that a state being able to print their own fiat currency is a solution to the problems with the state budgets, but I'm just saying that it's an option that you can put on the table, an option that doesn't involve the Fed, and anything that doesn't involve the Federal Reserve in the loop is just fine by me. Silver Futurist recently did a video about the value of the dollar and argued that as long as this is around and this is accepted as not only the petrodollar, but accepted for goods and services, and there's a level of confidence not only domestically but abroad, this scam that is our economy will continue to function. Now it may function in a sick state. This house of cards may be wobbling, but as long as this exists and is being used, they can continue to spin it. Now I have no confidence in the US dollar. I just use it as a means to pay bills and to transfer into this or other actual assets. We need to have a currency that is asset-backed, that has controls in place so that too much of it is not printed, too much of it is not spent. Okay? The index, the dollar index is manipulated, as are stock markets. And that's the problem with most Americans and really, quite frankly, most people around the world. They don't understand how money is created, how it is used to enslave people, and what's the best remedy to fix this problem. Here's a great one: silver. A poll that was taken through the Wall Street Journal's website: how would you grade the financial regulation overhaul? An overwhelming majority, 70.2%, said that it is an F on a scale from A, B, C, D, F. So failing grade. Only 3.2% gave it an A grade. I think that's pretty close to accurate when it comes to the feelings of American public on how this toothless financial reform is going to work. Because this is constructed by the Federal Reserve and international bankers to rob us of wealth, because this is not real money, because it says Federal Reserve note instead of what it should say, United States note, printed by a United States government central bank, because it only has about 5% of its original purchasing power, we're looking at 20 to 25 cents right here. And you cannot tell me that it's worth more. In actual purchasing power, adjusted for inflation and overprinting, this is only worth between 20 and 25 cents. In one of my previous videos, I tore up a $1 note to symbolize my lack of confidence in the Federal Reserve and our money supply, our money system, our economy. I will continue to destroy Federal Reserve notes as deflation turns into inflation and then culminating in hyperinflation. When hyperinflation starts to hit, I will destroy a $100 note because I know that that $100 bill will be worth very little, if anything, at the time that I destroy it, just as this is only worth about 20 to 25 cents. Until we can break the chains that bind us to ourselves and realize what is real money and stop perpetrating this fraud that is counterfeit Federal Reserve notes, we'll never be free and we'll never get our economy back. Buy gold and silver, real money, and the Fed.